At First Choice Bank, we know you can't always make it before the bank closes. With our integrated teller, you can talk to a live person as late as 7 p.m. on weekdays and noon on Saturdays. It's not just an ATM, it's an ITM. First Choice Bank, your choice for banking.
When C.K. Little opened his doors in downtown Corinth nearly 80 years ago, his plan was simple: deliver excellent service and exceed expectations. That's why we say a little gift goes a long way.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 5.
Welcome in here to Mississippi Live Weather 5. I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Lawpon. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. The cloud cover certainly has been widespread and significant. We are hoping to see it kind of subside a little bit more over the next couple of days, but it's just been something that's hard to break. And as we've talked about the last couple of days here in the Room to Room Weather Center, when you get in one of these patterns where the clouds just lock in, it's really difficult to break away. So while we still expect it's possible we'll see some upper 70s tomorrow, it really might be pushing it for a lot of locations. So again, headlines at this time. We're warm for Thursday. We were warm today. Well, there were moments with the drizzle it wasn't as warm, and it's funny to say considering it's 60s out there, but I think that has kept it feeling just a little bit cooler. Rain chances are definitely going to get better for late tomorrow, but I think honestly it's more Friday night and into Saturday that we have some of our better chances, and even then they're not terribly impressive, but there's a big drop in temperatures ahead. We're expecting that by especially, say, the first and the middle part of next week, it's going to be a lot cooler. So our forecast over the first 12 here, we're 68 at 6 p.m., 65 by 9. Again, that rain coverage remained fairly limited on meaningful rainfall. Is there drizzle? Yes. Are a lot of us experiencing it? Yes. Is it adding up to anything? Not really the case with this here. But as you can see overnight, because of that cloud cover, we go 60 by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's still pretty mild, all things considered, to begin your early Thursday morning. Outside Mabin, widespread cloud cover. And if you look toward the horizon, just a little blip there of some sun trying to come through. 66 in the Mabin area. Again, humidity at 100% there as we look out this evening toward the west. But again, that is just kind of the drizzle that we have seen, the patches where we have some spots trying to clear, but it's widespread clouds back in Greenville as well. A little bit warmer there, 70 degrees on some breezy southerly winds, a little more moisture up that direction than some other folks experiencing at this time as well. And Tupelo, we are 66 degrees, that dew point at 59. Widespread clouds on our Mitchell, Cunningham, and Bowling Skycam. Again, appreciate the North Mississippi Storm Chasers for partnering with us on these, and again for Mitchell, Cunningham, Bowling for sponsoring our Tupelo camera, and again the widespread clouds that we have. Looking at Mama Justice Doppler radar here as of 5 p.m. Not really a whole lot out there to speak of at this point. We do show a few showers out there closer to, say, Boonville up here, generally speaking closer to Corinth. But again, looking at this loop, it's extremely light. And I don't think any of this now necessarily back there toward Cleveland is making it all the way to the ground here. Putting on the cloud cover then, once again, the winner and the story, whether we like it or not, as we remain mostly cloudy and really locked in that cloud cover here across a good chunk here of the eastern United States and all the way through Mississippi and Alabama. This is kind of our next storm system moving toward us, looking back toward the west. This one you see here closer to Denver, Colorado. Yeah, there's some cold air, even arguably just a little bit of snowfall with that as well. We kind of look on the wider shot here. That is taking the coldest of that air, going to keep it up here to the north of us, a non-factor. And this front, honestly, when they kind of come in from the western part of the U.S., they typically don't have a ton of cold air to work off of. So this one is probably going to underwhelm somewhat in that regard. But I think that plus the storm system behind it, those two things are going to kind of work together to bring us more active weather by the weekend, because I think they're both going to kind of take a track that come right down like this. It's close enough to us. There'll probably be a severe weather risk up north. For us, that really might be pushing it a little bit. So here's a look at Futurecast. We'll bring it in a lot closer here toward locations across Mississippi and Alabama. It's widespread cloud cover, and you do see, again, a couple of those sprinkles. So more likely to have some moisture that adds up to maybe a little bit over the next couple of hours here. You'll see on our Futurecast, again, remaining primarily over top of us and in the green. We're not in the yellow, not in the red, so there are no storms with this for us. You don't have to go that far north to have a few of those. It's actually up there closer to where they have that limited risk for some severe weather for tomorrow. But for us, it's just Showers from top of the state to the bottom of the state, with our next front getting closer, but just doesn't have a lot to work off of with lift. So again, it's just showers as it moves through. So over the next 24 hours, we're going to start off around 60. We'll say 65 by 9 a.m., 74 by noon. This is contingent on us seeing the sunshine. But as we mentioned yesterday and the day before, that comes back to if we can really break up some of this cloud cover. And for some of us, we will. For many of us, we might not. So yeah, I'm going to keep 77 on there, hoping this front kind of breaks that up a little bit. Chances for rainfall get a little better late tomorrow. Maybe a rogue thunderstorm. That's probably pushing it. In most locations, probably not much. And honestly, that's the case the next couple of days as well. We are looking here in 60 seconds at where maybe we could have some of those rumbles mixing in. Also, our Mississippi Live game of the week, it's Wheeler and Okolona. First look at that forecast for basketball. I think we might also have an SEC baseball forecast we try to work in there as Mississippi Live weather continues here from the Room to Room Weather Center in 60 seconds. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you right after this.
As we move into storm season, here's something most homeowners don't realize after a storm. Roof damage isn't always obvious. Wind can lift shingles, breaking the seal. Hail can bruise them below, and flashing around chimneys and pipes can loosen without you ever knowing. That damage may not show up for months. If your area has strong wind or hail, a professional inspection will help bring you clarity before small damage turns into bigger problems.
As a bankruptcy firm, Mitchell, Cunningham & Bowling realizes many people are worried about their finances. We're here to guide you through the next steps to restart your life with easy video appointments. New clients don't have to leave home to get information about becoming debt-free. Also, convenient in-office appointments are available at the low cost of $340 upfront for a Chapter 13. You can be on your way to being debt-free. Contact Mitchell, Cunningham & Bowling today or visit our website at mcdebtfree.com. We are here to help you.
This portion of Mississippi Live Weather is presented by Little's Jewelers.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's Mississippi's Chief Meteorologist, Matt Lobhon.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Mississippi Live Weather. I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Lawpon. Hopefully you're having a great day despite the murkiness and cloud cover. And obviously it is widespread, thick, kind of sort of cloud cover. It really has not broken up the last couple of days that we still have in place at this time out in Pontotoc, and many other locations such as Oxford looking pretty similar as well. 66, the temperature there in Pontotoc. We're 64. Our Phoenix Building Solutions camera there does show a couple of showers. I think this might be one of those actually producing a little rainfall. You can tell kind of the haziness toward the horizon there. Some of that rain kind of falling, getting closer to the ground. I don't show any on the radar there. Let's look at Mama Justice Doppler radar, see if we can get a better look at that at this point in time. It does show just that little, look real close here. Just kind of that little area where we have a few little blips of green up there, stretching Hickory Flat, Ripley, back there closer to the Oxford area. Not really, again, adding up to much in the rain gauge there, but, you know, maybe a tenth of an inch would be way overdoing it, a couple hundredths of an inch. Honestly, it's enhanced drizzles. There may be a little bit of showers, but you'll notice this is a 1 hour loop here. If I instead change this over to, say, a 3 hour loop, you'll notice how we've had a few showers closer to the radar site, but this is the first batch up here farther away. Why is that important? This is the beginning of, again, some showers that I think will become more plentiful over the course of the next couple of hours. But I think to emphasize something of great importance as far as severe weather goes, there's no risk there for tonight. The risk for tomorrow, solidly to the north of us. For your Saturday, no official risk. And right now at this point here, I should say for Friday, no official risk. And for Saturday, no official risk at this point as well. Hopefully, a duo of things that continues to hold true. Our Mississippi High School Game of the Week presented by Casey Lott and Langston Lott is going to be Friday night, 6 p.m. Hey, we're going to be there in Wheeler for Okolona coming to town. This is the girls' game. Excited for this. I forgot to change my location. Sorry about that there. But we're going to be there up in Wheeler. And again, a chance for a couple of isolated showers on that as we go into and through the evening. But of course, indoor game. No real big issues there. Tomorrow, I wouldn't be shocked again to have a couple of showers as well. So by the conclusion of the day, those chances a little bit greater there, but we're not expecting a lot of meaningful rainfall adding up to much of the rain gauge. 62 drop-off temperature, 71 by lunch in our IMPC last bell forecast. at about 76, assuming we see some sunshine, which hopefully we do. Our HRRR model here, very effectively kind of depicting this batch of moisture and showers, very similar to where you saw it on Mama Justice Doppler radar just a moment ago. So same spots kind of detecting some of those showers out there, kind of increasing in coverage a bit more by 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. This isn't adding up to much. 1/10 of an inch in the rain bucket, maybe as heavy as this gets, but you'll see it is at least fairly consistent, and some of it around for your morning commute on your Thursday. Our next front just a little bit off screen there. More on that here in a moment. Low temperatures tomorrow, not particularly low. We should be about 38. We're going to be 61 in Clarksdale, Cleveland, 62 in Greenwood. Again, way above our normal because of this same cloud cover that's kind of held temperatures mild in the afternoons last couple days. It'll be 61 in Grenada because of that tomorrow, and 60 in Tupelo as well as Amory. So the showers gradually shifting eastward and southward a little bit. Amory, Aberdeen, Houston, Kosciuszko more likely to have a little bit of that activity around as we go throughout your Thursday, maybe mid-morning even to the afternoon. So what you don't see on here, maybe as important as what you do. No yellows, oranges, or reds. So while this system will be more effective at producing active and yes, severe weather back out here up toward Indiana, that's where it's much stronger. For us, there's not enough upper level winds. This kind of represents our main upper level system up there. And so there's everything to produce some stronger winds, more that direction versus just shower activity down here toward Mississippi and sections of Alabama. And even then, notice what also we don't have. We don't have a lot of clearing. So ready for me to show you the lie of the day potentially. I'm hoping we see more sunshine tomorrow. If we don't, as we've talked about the last couple of days, you're not hitting this. So if you have as much cloud cover as what that HRRR model had a moment ago, we're probably not getting this warm for tomorrow. So I am optimistic here that we get to maybe 78 in Eupora, 79 in Starkville, but I would in no way be shocked if it's more like 71, 72, maybe 73 degrees for some of these locations. So we are warm, but I think we're pulling 80s off of the table, especially look at that latest cloud cover on Futurecast there. Unfortunately, I think we stay locked in with that. So our front getting closer to us. This first front does have a few more in the way of rumbles showing up there. Olive Branch back out closer to Clarksdale and Shelby, maybe right at the front itself. Little bits of orange. I'm going to pull that off of here. Give me a moment. I'm going to take our model and I'm going to kind of pull off the front because you can't, at least if I can't see through it, you can't see through it. So let's pull that down. So give me just a moment to delete that. Okay, so there is again that front, and along that front, a couple of rumbles. So this is where, again, an occasional lightning strike pop with this 10:30, 11 o'clock for tomorrow evening. Sometimes we refer to this as a thin line, and this is a lot more aggressive than what our models had yesterday with this. So even then, these are very, very small, but an occasional rumble possible as that kind of moves from west to east through the area by midnight, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. That first front here, and again, there will be some other fronts that we're tracking, but that first front will be through. So as we take this back over here and check out low temperatures early morning there on your Friday. Friday's lows, upper 40s, maybe low 50s will go for Oxford and Water Valley. That's a sign again in that less humid air coming in behind this. Hopefully something that will break up these clouds of just not wanted to break up really at all. We're 59 there in Starkville, coming in Columbus at right around 55 to 59 degrees again for early morning, 55 there in Eupora to start the day. So here are those clouds trying to break up. We're early morning here on your Friday. And again, see how we just can't quite get rid of them. Even with a kind of shift in the northwest on some of those winds, it should erode away a little bit. But I think we're going to just barely. See how that cloud cover starts coming back there on Futurecast in the afternoon, despite the fact that we have this warm front kind of nudging in. I think as that cloud cover kind of starts lifting back in, that's a sign again of lower level moisture that starts to kind of move back in for your Friday as well. And then there's a few showers into the afternoon. This will be our zone here south of really Shelby, back toward Water Valley and Tupelo southward, where if we're going to see some rumbles Friday night and early Saturday, we're more likely for some of those locations there. So highs on your Friday, upper 60s, Senatobia. Again, more effective that dry air coming in. We're 73 in Water Valley and Bruce, 74 degrees Houston, 75 Starkville, and 77 in Columbus. So again, for some spots, still pretty mild there in your afternoon on Friday. As far as baseball is concerned, SEC baseball forecast presented by Carl Hogan Toyota. We're looking at, again, some scattered rain chances there, especially for Mississippi State. We're around 20 to 30% there for that first pitch chance for a few showers. Hopefully drying out a little bit and obviously cooling off by the conclusion of that game there. That's assuming, again, we see as much sunshine as what is possible. And then Ole Miss versus Missouri State. Again, chances for rainfall probably early in the game more likely, but I'd say Golden Triangle southward where we're most likely to possibly see something 55 by mid-game and 40s by the conclusion of that one. Going to definitely be on your Friday night, a chance for a few showers there. Close, again, where we were talking about, south of Hamilton, south of Amory, south of Eupora, south of Winona here, where we're most likely to possibly see that as our front kind of moves into, as moisture kind of rides north. When we have a front coming in from the north and west, I pulled that front off of this map here so that we could see a few of these isolated showers developing. Again, possibility of a couple rumbles here. We're 1 a.m. Friday night, early Saturday morning. So I guess early Saturday morning at 1 a.m. time frame there. That's about it. Notice on Futurecast, not much more than that depicted there until we get into your Saturday. We show by Saturday, say 6 a.m. or so, a few more thunderstorms down there closer to Demopolis and locations around Clanton, south of Birmingham. We'll put those fronts back on here again so you can see as that kind of slides away, the most active weather, we're going to see some storms, Georgia toward Alabama, and really central and south Mississippi on Saturday. An upper level disturbance, though, kicking in behind this. And notice we have a few showers that will kind of develop as we go towards Saturday, late afternoon to early evening. Those start to kind of try to develop as well. So some limited rain chances. It's going to be kind of colder by the time this moves in, and much, much colder air really is the big story behind this beyond that into Sunday. So look at this. From 77 optimistic degrees. That's the nicest way I can say that. Hey, hopefully we hit 77, but you gotta see some sunshine. That's probably a little bit warm for a lot of spots. We're 73 for Friday. We're 67 Saturday. Again, that rain chance, mostly if it's going to be thunderstorms south of us in the morning, we're watching that. And then in the afternoon and evening, redeveloping a chance for a few showers, wrapping in much cooler temperatures. And look at that. 30s still exist. And they are back in a big way as we go into Sunday. Only 53 the high. We're 40s for highs by Monday. And look at that, mid-20s by early Tuesday morning for some of those lows. So much, much cooler weather on the way on Monday and Tuesday of next week. Big drop in temperatures there ahead. Again, normal this time of year, though, 59 for the high and 38 for the low. And that just tells you just how far above we've been the last few days. I mean, even when I was going through that forecast a second ago, I was like, ooh, but like some 40s out there late Friday evening and early Saturday? Yes. But that is still way above our normal. It just, I guess, tells you, how much we've crept, feeling a lot warmer the last few days here. So looking in here on our chat, appreciate everybody for supporting us here on Mississippi Live Weather, for all of your comments, your questions, your concerns. I'll go ahead and bring that chat up here for a moment. I think that, there we go. I'll merge that on here. And appreciate y'all watching from Louisville there, Melinda, and checking in from Columbus there, cloudy and 68. I'm hoping we can get you back up in maybe the mid-70s tomorrow. Jade there in Columbus might be pushing it in Winona. Nina, I would say that's closer for you, and I think a lot of us are ready for the sunshine. I don't know about you. It just has that effect where I'm like, ugh, when we have a cloudy like this, we just kind of get locked in this for a couple of days, which unfortunately has been the pattern that we have had. Our next live broadcast is going to be coming up here at 6 p.m. But you can always watch our live broadcast, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook or, well, honestly, the easiest way, in my opinion, is in the app. Certainly it helps us out the most. You can download that for iOS or Android devices there. It's free and available. At 6 o'clock, we're going to use Storm Finder. As you might imagine, looking at what you just saw a moment ago there, I don't know if it's going to find a whole lot in the way of storm chances with this next system, which is a good thing, and I doubt something that a lot of folks would gripe a whole lot about. But we'll look ahead towards Storm Finder over the course of the next 4 to 5 days or so. We'll also look at the depth of that cold air for next week, how it's plowing into the region, how long it lasts. That's as Mississippi Live Weather resumes from the Room to Room Weather Center coming up at 6 p.m. We'll see you then.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt LawPon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt LawPon has proven himself trustworthy.